What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be doing a photo retouching of this model here. Her name is Brittany. I did a shoot a while back, but I know a couple guys had asked me before, like, how I do certain things. So I will try to make this video as short as I possibly can. I'll speed up areas where, you guys don't need to watch, but I'll try to explain as much as I possibly can throughout the video. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so looking so far, she has great skin, which is a plus, especially when you're working with models. There's a few areas, spots, bumps here and there, loose hair, and I'm gonna have to get rid of. Fix the lines in the neck if I possibly can. Lighten those spots here and there. So these are most of the areas that I'm definitely going to be trying to fix. Let me just use my brush tool over the size. So these are areas that I want to touch. These areas are here. These areas are here. Those are the main areas that I'm thinking of just going through. I want to lighten these lines right here. Probably lighten the shadow under her lip right there. More than likely I'm going to smoothen out her lips right there. But for the most part, this picture is pretty good. I'm going to probably fix this here right here. But yeah, so this looks pretty good so far. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. This is just a reference point of areas that I'm thinking of working on so far. Maybe I'll see more as I go along, but you guys enjoy. So I'm going to be using frequency separation to help me to fix a lot of the problem spots that I'm seeing in this image. So let me delete, and you guys can watch and see what I'm doing. So what I just did was to copy the layer two extra times. So my layer 1, to go to blur, Gaussian blur, and I'm going to bring it to where start seeing the details in the image just kind of disappear a little bit. No, not too much. 9.9 should be good. Go to my top layer, change it to linear light, image, apply image, invert, add. And trust me guys, don't ask me about this because someone who created this can tell you the details of why. Like, you click on invert and blend and add. I really don't know, but this is the method that I know. So I can do a research and find out for you guys. If you're interested, you can ask in the comments. All right. And I'm gonna create a layer, empty layer above this. My brush, I'm going to put the flow to 3% on my brush. I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to start working on the problem areas that I see. All right, increase the size of my brush. I'm going to select a light area. I'm just going to start brushing away. And also, you guys are more comfortable probably using a mouse. So that's why I'm using the mouse. Oftentimes I use a Wacom tablet. So I'm pretty much just clicking the areas away. And if I should take away the layer, you'll see the change that has been made so far. Alright. I'm just going to lighten these shadows under the eyes right here. It's a little bit distracting. And guys, it's always good to work on a separate layer. So for example, if you look at this right here, you see it looks kind of weird. So I can always click on the erase tool right here and erase it, and then I can go back to my brush and select and do a much better job That looks a little bit more, that looks, you know, more natural. That's looking a lot better than than the crap I did a while ago. That looks good. That looks good. And this model, she actually did her makeup herself, which I think was pretty dope. Because I told her that, you know, she doesn't need to do like a crazy amount of makeup when it comes on to me, you know. And this was, you know, just a simple shoot. It wasn't like any high-end fashion that we did, but you know, it's kind of helping her out. She's actually an artist, but she was interested in doing, you know, a little bit of modeling, so that's where I came in. And pretty much I'm retouching to taste, so you know, everything is subject to just your vision. I think that is coming along nicely. Let me look at the change that I've made so far. That looks good. Oops, my layers go. Just lost my layers a while ago. Okay, so I just don't like this shadow right here on the lips, so I'm gonna try and lighten those a little bit. So it doesn't look so distracting. I think that's coming on a little better than it was before. And guys, please don't be afraid to ask me any questions. I'll try to answer to the best of my abilities. I can go back to this layer, select my brush. I just press the B on the keyboard to select the brush tool, and pretty much what I'm doing is I'm holding down Control Alt or Control Option, and then I'm just clicking and dragging my mouse to get the size of the brush. So I can drag the left or right. If I go left, it gets small. If I go right, it gets larger. And if I want to harden the brush, right now it's on soft, all I do is go down, it gets hard, go up, it gets soft. So at least you'll know exactly what I'm doing, guys. Alright, so I'm going to merge my layers on top. Command Alt Shift and E. Merge everything to the top. Let's take a once look again. Before, after. Before, after. Okay, good. Alright, so I'm now going to just do some contouring because I don't like the shape of our jawline right here. It's a little bit round for me. I don't like this double chin on her here. So I'm going to first do that area right here. Hold on, let me deselect. And to deselect, guys, all I did was to just Command D on the Mac. Feather. I'm going to put it at 2%. So it soften the edges so it doesn't look too obvious. I'm going to press Command J to send it to a layer by itself. I'm going to go Control T. And then I'm going to warp it. So all I'm doing right now is just I'm going to try and get rid of that double chin that I'm seeing that I'm not liking. So I'm now going to add a mask. So I held down the Alt key and press the mask button so it becomes black. I'm going to go back to my brush tool, increase the size of my brush. I'm going to take my flow back to 100%, and then all I'm going to do now is brush with white. Alright, so white reveals, black conceals. So I'm just going to go slowly and take away that double chin that I'm seeing that I'm not liking too much. Alright, and then now all I'm gonna do now, I know you kind of seen it there still, so I'm just gonna paint back. Right there, and I think that looks a lot better than it was before. So before, after. See that? So that double chin is not so prominent right now. Good. Okay, so that's one. I'm just gonna merge it down. Or better, let me just leave it alone. I'm going to do another merge visible. Alright. So I'm now going to fix this area right here. I just don't like how round it is. So I'm going to slim her face down a little bit. Going to use the rectangular marquee tool. Let's see this area right here, but I'm going to liquefy that. I'll zoom in a little bit. This area right here, just a little bit too out for me. And right here under the chin, right here, this spot right there, I'm going to fix that. So let's go to filter, and we're going to liquefy. All right. Depending on the speed of your machine, guys, you could actually select the area that you want to liquefy. That way it doesn't use up the all the memory of your machine, because a lot of times when you do it like this, your machine will tend to move slow. My machine is pretty fast, but I'll just show you guys what I'm talking about. Let me cancel. So all I'm going to do is use the marquee tool again. I'm going to highlight the area that I want to fix. I'm going to go back to filter and liquefy. So you only see the area that you want to work on, and it tends to move a lot faster. All I'm going to do right here, I just didn't like this part right here, so I'm just going to shift that up a little bit. Shift this up a little more. think that looks a lot better. I'm going to move this over here, or rather just make a new selection. Just this spot right here. This looks a little bit weird to me. And filter, liquify, increase the size of my brush. And all I'm gonna do is just kind of tone it down just a tad, not crazy, just a tad. I want to mess too much with their eyes. Let me undo that. Good. Let's look and see what we did. Deselect. If we look at before, after, I think that looks a lot more pleasing to the eyes, to me, that is. As I said, everything is done to taste. Alright, so we're gonna fix this area right here. Let's just look around to see if we missed anything. That's looking good. Okay, so I'm going to copy that layer again. Alright, and now I'm just going to treat her skin. So I'm just going to smooth her skin. I'm going to use one of my software. You can see right there. Just for quick purposes. Good. Alright, that looks good. Let's take a look just to make sure we haven't gone crazy. So let's look at her skin, and that looks good to me. Alright, so add a mask. I'm going to paint it black, and all I'm doing now is just removing the areas that I think are a little bit too soft. Alright, so I'm going to select my brush tool, increase the size, and just removing these areas. I think our eyes has gotten a little bit too soft right here as well. If you guys want me to talk more about that software, I can, so leave your comments below and I will do another video on that so I can explain more if you want to know more about that software that I just used to soften her skin. I think that's looking good. Okay. So let's remove that from our lips. Good. I think we're in a good place, guys. Alright, good. So let's do it before, after, before, after. That's looking good. I'm going to merge the layer again. And I'm going to roll one more software. So looking at this right here, let's look at it before and after. Okay, let me just, I'm just gonna sharpen her skin a little bit. Good, bring up my radius. That looks good. That looks very good to me. I'm going to apply that. Wait for it to complete, and all I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to just add a little bit of contrast in the image. It looks a little bit too flat for me. I'm gonna increase the brightness a little bit. Look at that before, after, before, after. That looks good. Alright, I'm liking that. And lastly, I'm just going to brighten our eyes just a tad. Alright, so I'm going to use my curves. This is what I do, guys. There are many ways to do this. There are many videos out there on how to brighten the eyes and make it pop. This is my method. Alright. So I'm just slightly brightening the eyes. Not too much, but just enough to let it stand out. That looks good to me. Just gonna tone down those edges because our eyes normally has like a slight darkening around the edges. So all I'm going to do now is paint. Just darken those areas. Just a bit, not too much. Okay. I think that look really good, guys. I think I probably darken a little bit too much in, so let me just take that out. Edges. Good. Let's zoom out. I'm going to just, 1 second, guys, my phone is ringing again. Alright, guys, so let me see. Maybe just a little bit down, not too much. I just in a little bit and see what it looks like. Okay. I think that looks a lot better. And the eyes, let's go to the eyes. It's not too bad. I think that looks a lot better. And darken it down just a tad more. Let's kind of match what's going on around our eyes, the tones around our eyes. I'm just going to soften those lines a little bit and to blur it. Blur. I'll make it about 1.5. That's a slight. I think that looks good. I'm going to put these two in a folder. I'm going to group it. I'm going to group it by pressing Ctrl G. I'm just going to call it eyes. Alright, so at least we can see both of them. Okay. And I think we're good, guys. I think we are good. I think we are good. Look at the before and after. I think we have come a far way. All right, guys, so thank you so much for taking the time out to watch this video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. And also, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. If you don't like it, you know what to do. But as always, thank you, guys. I'll try to do more videos as much as possibly can. Alright, so this is Andre from Andre Morgan Photography. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Peace out.